Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun video we're going to be unboxing, assembling, and testing a new laser from the Algo Laser company. Really cool. They reached out to me and they wanted to send me a laser to unbox, assemble, and review, as I just said, and I want to be as straightforward and honest with you guys as I can be in all the reviews I do over here on the channel. It arrived on the doorstep. There you see it says DIY Kit Mini, and there is a picture of the fully assembled laser, and it's in this nice compact box. And what I like about it, everything is tightly packaged. Nothing is moving around inside, so I know everything is safe and secure during a shipping process to you guys. So that's really cool. This will be the third laser we have looked at over here on the channel, but always please keep in mind that lasers will never ever take the place of the main focus and goals of the channel, which is scroll saw woodworking and of course documenting my life occasionally. So really cool. I do see a window for lasers out in a workshop, and they are becoming more and more affordable, especially for the weekend woodworker or people who want to get into it and just try it out. So really cool. What I've got is a card table I need to set up. I'm going to move the camera closer to it and hopefully give you guys the best possible view of the unboxing and assembly process before we get to testing it. So let's get started. And after getting the card table set up, it was time to unbox all of the parts and pieces. And as I said, it was packaged exceptionally well. Nothing could shake around or move around in the box during the shipping process. But I got all of the parts and pieces out and removed all of the plastic. And then it was time to begin the assembly process. And I quickly got myself familiar with the instruction manual. And everything here is clearly labeled to where you can quickly tell what everything is. And the manual itself is very easy to follow for the assembly process. For me personally, it took around 30 to 35 minutes to put the laser together from start to finish. And all of the screws here are Allen screws, and the Allen keys are included. But we already have the frame put together here. And the laser has these little L support brackets underneath to help keep the laser nice and square. And once we get all four of these installed, we will put the 4 feet in that third hole there and continue on. If you guys like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me across all my social medias under the Artisan Pirate name. I'd really appreciate the support. And now we are installing these 4 little red brackets here, and these will hold the roller belts in place. Once again, they go in with some simple screws here. And I'm very careful to where I do not strip out the screws. I just get them a nice tightening down. But now we will put the belts through and lock those in place. And as you can see, they go through those little red brackets there. And I like this design as opposed to other lasers I have put together. But I'm making sure the belts are not too tight and everything still moves freely. And it can be a little tedious to thread the belt through there. But once they are locked in place, we can continue to our next step. And now we are adding the little limit switch here. And these are actually 2 very small Phillips head screws. And again, the screwdriver is included. But now we can add the laser module itself. And then we can start adding the wires and the electronics. And once everything is hooked up here, again, everything is clearly labeled. But once everything is hooked up, the assembly process will be complete. here we have the fully set up Algo 10-watt laser engraver. Please keep that in mind going forward. This is the 10-watt version of the mini kit. Everything went together really smoothly. The instructions are exceptional and everything is clearly labeled. One thing I did not add was the tubing for air assist. It connects to this little pipe that's out the side of the laser module, and that is because the actual pump is not included with the mini kit, and this I want to show just as it comes right out of the box, but the tubing is included for those curious. All that's left to do now is connect the power supply, plug it in and connect it to our laptop, and we can do our very first test. It assembled very, very easily, and it is a nice little rock solid laser. And I've even added a piece of 1/2-inch hardboard underneath it because you need to be as level as you can be for your surface when you are laser engraving. That is the reason for the hardboard here. I do have a little honeycomb we will also add when we are going to do our test. And keep in mind, for the testing, we are going to be using the Lightburn software. I know there is other softwares out for laser engraving. It's just myself personally, I like using Lightburn. So let's move the camera once again. We will get this thing plugged up and connected to the laptop and do our very first test. And since it was such a nice day, I brought everything outside and set it up, and the laser connected quickly to the Lightburn software that I like to use. And I quickly just typed in something in typeface here to have the laser engrave something for its very first test, and I felt it was only appropriate to do the name Algo Laser 10-watt, and it began engraving. And obviously the footage here is sped up, but it took the 10-watt laser around 10 minutes to do this first initial test, and I was very happy with how nice and crisp everything came out. And as always, when laser engraving, always use the included safety goggles to protect your eyes. But I felt this was a very good initial test, but then I wanted to see how well it could cut out the 1/4 inch material I like to use. And I zeroed the laser out, and now we are doing just a quick laser cut test that I also designed in the Lightburn software. Again, I have a plentiful supply of the 1/4 inch material, and that is what I'm fond of using, and I wanted to see how well this 10-watt laser interacted with it. And as you can see, I added a honeycomb there. This was not something that was included with the laser. I already had that honeycomb. But I was very happy with this initial test. But once it's done, we can see how it comes out here. And we can see that it does indeed cut through 1/4 inch material. So now I wanted to try the first actual project, and I decided to go with a simple phone stand. Again, this is out of 1/4 inch material as well. And it took around 8 minutes to do this here. Again, obviously the footage is sped up, but I put Algo Laser on the support piece of the phone stand. And now we can quickly cut out the base out of the same 1/4 inch material. I'm really happy with the build quality and the power of this 10-watt laser engraver. But now that it's done, we can assemble the phone stand. And then for a final test, I'm going to do a slate drink coaster. These are always very popular, and I re-zeroed the laser out. And again, we're just going with the name of the laser itself. But after this piece here is done, we will be ready to close the video, and I'll give you all my final thoughts on this amazing Algo laser. And that, my friends, is the fully unboxed, assembled, and tested Algo Laser 10-watt laser engraver kit from the Algo Laser Company. Really, really cool. I feel after today's video that if you were just wanting to jump into the world of laser engravers, that this would be a great option for you guys to look into. It is, again, a 10-watt laser engraver. I have now had a 5, a 10 now, and even a 20-watt lasers, and they are capable of so many amazing things. As I said, the laser assembled very easily, and the instructions were very straightforward to follow. Everything was labeled clearly to where you didn't have to guess what anything was. And for me personally, it took around 35 minutes for me to completely put it together from start to finish, and then I was ready to connect power and connect it to Lightburn. And we took it outside because it is a bright and nice day here in Burlington, North Carolina. But one thing I want to stress here, with the laser being out in the open like that, it is very important to wear your safety goggles. Now, these are included with the laser. They come with the laser. You can also pick up extra pairs online as well. But with the laser being out in the open like that, please protect your eyes and wear these safety goggles. Now, if you have a proper laser enclosure with that protective film on it, you might not need these, but I always wear these when using the laser, so please protect your eyes, my friend. After taking it outside and connecting it to power in the laptop, it connected easily to the Lightburn software that I like to use, and we quickly done a basic engraving test. It has the word Algo Laser there in 10W for 10 watts, of course. And this piece of basswood here is 3 millimeters in thickness, is included with the laser for you to go on and start doing test files, you know, and making projects. But then I wanted to test the 1/4-inch material I like to use. You guys know over here on the channel that I like to use a ton of 1/4-inch material, so that is what I loaded, a basic material test that I designed in Lightburn. And there you see it says material test, and it says power 87% and speed 300. And the reason the power is 87% is because I do not like to run the lasers wide open at a full 100%. I like to back them down as far as I can to where it still cuts through the material I am cutting. And I have found between 85 and 89% is that window for a 10 or 20 watt laser for it to cut through this material specifically. But you see, we done 1 pass, 2 pass, and 3 pass, and it cut through with 2 passes, and obviously it also done the 3rd pass, and it almost cut through with 1 pass. It's just one little piece there hanging on, and it might have cut through everything if I was using Air Assist. Remember, Air Assist is not included with this kit that I unboxed in today's video. If I had connected an Air Assist kit to it, it might have done it in one simple pass. Who's to know? I might try that later on down the road off camera when I'm testing. But after we had our material test, we done our first project, and it is a basic cell phone stand. Now, I have made a ton of these, and people always like them. Again, I put Algo Laser there on the back area. Of course, you can drop any logo, quote, phrase, verse, or anything you want onto the backer board there to add to the beauty and texture of it. And it's 2 pieces of the 1/4-inch material, and it slots together, and it comes apart easily so you can travel with it. And there is a slot for the cell phone charger to go into where it can charge while it's sitting on the stand. And then we put in a piece of slate coaster. Slate coasters are always popular laser projects. You remember I had a video on those with the 5-watt laser, and now I'm happy to report the 20 and 10-watt lasers can do them in an even quicker manner, so please keep that in mind. And again, we just put Algo Laser there on it, and it came out nice and crisp, and you can lightly feel it in the slate coaster there. And one thing I'm happy to report that included with this laser is a spare lens. I have now assembled 3 lasers, and out of the 3, the Algo Laser is the only one that comes with a spare lens. So that's really cool, just in case something happens to the main one. I have another one that I don't have to go online and order and wait for shipping, to where I can just quickly change them out and keep going. But really cool. Again, I feel that if you're wanting to hop into the world of laser engraving and laser cutting, this would be a great value for your dollar. And what I am going to do is leave links to Algo Laser's social medias and official websites down in the description box below this video, to where you guys can go and browse all of their amazing and creative projects. They have more than the 10 watt to offer, so please keep that in mind and just go to the websites. But that's about all for this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and like this product review. you. If you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button and also follow me across all my social medias under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me as well as all my social medias will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one, and remember guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.